been a member of ToastMasters 2 days. This is his second official day in our club, and he is already giving the speech. Definitely setting a trend and inspiring us there. He is going to follow the objectives of the speech, making sure that he is discovering the speaking skills and identifying what needs attention. He will be speaking 4 to 6 minutes tonight. I don't want to give anything away from what I already know about Toastmaster Lou app. The information pretends that this will be a very interesting speech. Toastmaster Lou app.
Madam Toastmaster, thank you. I am because we are. We are because I am. Please, one time, just say it with me. I am because we are. We are because I am. You feel that inside, right? I am. Today's speech is going to be on life, the impacts of life. So with that in mind, I would like to recognize that I know out of all of our daily activities in life, it might not be the easiest thing for us to make it here every week. So with that in mind, I would like for you guys to please applaud yourselves for coming here tonight. Thank you, thank you. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. It is my pleasure to be here and give this speech to you, especially being that this is my first speech, my icebreaker speech. It's supposed to be, you know, the easiest or whatever. I don't know, to me, you know, like I'm trying to break the ice, I guess is what it really is. So I want to tell you about my life and how it started and this and that. Basically, my life started in Queens, New York, where my 2 earth facilitators, known as my mom and my dad, got together in the beauties and passions that we call love or lust. I don't know, I wasn't there, so I can't really call it. To participate in the creation of this devastatingly handsome but goofy guy that you see here before you. And basically what that was, my life started in Queens, New York. It wasn't all peaches at the time either. Growing up in a rotten apple, I've come to realize with my 2 parents not being around that my next choice was the streets. And the streets embraced me and taught me a lot of things in the world of crime and corruption and things like that, until I finally decided to take those footsteps in my life and use them as obstacles, use them as tools to get me through the next parts of my life, which after that I tried to become a rapper and take all the crazy things that I've been through and put that in a rhyme and throw it and start rhyming. But then I realized that becoming a rapper just led to more physical confrontation that I didn't really want to bother to get into from rapping. I don't understand it. But anyway, so I took that newfound skill of fighting and became a boxer. So now I'm taking my boxing skills and I'm in the ring, got my jab going, got my uppercut going, everything is going real smooth until BAM! I got my first knockout. Woo! Felt good. I felt like a star. I felt like a star, or should I say, felt like multiple stars, because that's all I saw when I got off that floor. I was like, oh! Damn! Woo! All I saw was some guy just doing like this in front of me as I'm waking up, and I'm like, what is he doing? Is he counting the stars that I'm seeing? Like 7, 8. Anyway, so I realized that boxing just wasn't for me. I was like, okay, fine. I took those skills that I had, and I just went ahead and became a comedian. Got on stage, told a couple of jokes. You know, I didn't quite make it the way I wanted to make it. I don't understand why. I mean, I know I was funny. Shoot. I learned one important, valuable lesson from that, though. Whenever I get on stage and decide to crack jokes and people are there, I'm going to have a pocket full of tomatoes. So whenever they throw tomatoes at me, I'll be throwing my tomatoes right back at you to let you know I ain't playing. So it's all right. I didn't make it as a comedian, no big deal. I went ahead and took those writing abilities, turned into a writer. In 1999, I wrote, directed, filmed, edited, produced my own independent feature film called Is It a Crime? Now this movie, which was inspired to me from a relationship that I had from a female who was about to move out of town to Paris, France. Before she left, she told me, I want to dedicate a song to you. And the name of the song was Is It a Crime? So I turned that song into a movie, wrote the movie, things of that nature. But during the time that we was together, I couldn't understand why she wanted to move away and leave me. I mean, I was one of the greatest guys in the world. I took her everywhere that we went, first class, you know, A1A seats right there on my handlebar. She sat right there, I sat on the back, I just rode everywhere we went. You know, that's the days of my bicycle. But from bicycle, I went from bicycle to a motorcycle. And that motorcycle it took me all over Miami. North Miami, South Miami, until one day I was struck down by a hit-and-run driver. Probably intoxicated at the time. But to me, when that guy hit me, what I really couldn't understand was how he just stood there, watched my body fly through the air, land, drop on the ground, stare me right in my eyes. I struggled to pick my head up off the ground and then just leave me there. With nothing else to do, I had to move back in with my grandmother. I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything like that, so I moved back in with my grandmother. And within the time of living with my grandmother, I watched her die and pass away from what we call cancer and certain other ailments. In the process of that, I didn't ask God why my grandmother died, why she was passed away or whatever. I wanted to know, how can I not die the same way my grandmother died? And how can I learn from that experience? To make a long story short, by the end of that year, I became a vegetarian. And from being a vegetarian to now, today, going through a 90-day experiment of removing 7 things out of my life, I wrote my first book called The Awakening. My journey through 90-day transformation and how you can do it too. Before all of this, I used to be the type of guy who used to love running around saying, "Thank God it's Friday, thank God it's Friday." I'll be quick to say TGIF, TGIF. But today, I'm running around very happily saying TGIM, thank God it's Monday, because I get to go to my ToastMasters class. So thank God for ToastMasters, thank God for my fellow guest here today, and please give yourself another round of applause for coming here to hear me speak, because I saw all of you here last week, and you know I was going to speak, and you still came. So thank you very much. Yes, that was me, Luat, at my ToastMasters class, delivering my first speech, my icebreaker speech. It was a little different, giving my first speech and all. I wasn't really nervous that much, but trying not to use filler words like and, so, but isn't quite the easiest thing to do, especially when you're not used to it. However, I did have fun giving my first speech though. Being able to talk about my life, crack a few jokes, and have the whole class paying attention to me while laughing and then critiquing me afterwards was a great feeling. ToastMasters has provided me with a great platform to practice my speaking on, and in front of fellow classmates that are basically all there for the same reason as I am, to become a better speaker. So, in closing, I just want to say, whether you like or dislike my first speech at ToastMasters, just keep in mind, my second speech is going to be even better, entitled How to Be a Great Speaker. So, signing off is Toastmaster Luap, leaving you with this one quick quote. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. And if not, you'll make excuses. Love, peace, and happiness, prosperity to you, and namaste.